This is Chilling. Last week, we got to understand the importance of the farm trip organized by the Uganda High Commission in Ottawa. And this week, we shall have conversations with some of the delegates that traveled from Canada. Uganda Matters Shrine is well known for its beautiful and unique interior and exterior. But it is especially notable for its shape and architectural plan. The 22 copper pillars, over 100 feet long, that support the shrine, built in form of an African heart. And its wooden doors that depict the history of the matters.
Namugongo was born in 1886 in the month of May, but most of the people, they know about Namugongo on 3rd June. Yet 3rd June was the climax of everything. Why? They came in the month of May, but being killed on 3rd June, reason being, when they came, a few of the soldiers, they went to Mukajanga to do preparations and the meetings, but Mukajanga was not given that chance of coming to see them, to know them.
I want to start this interview by me giving you a trivia. I have a gift for you. Will you take it?
Uh-oh. Pressure.
Pressure. You don't have to reciprocate. So I have this intuition that you like to read a lot. Do you read a lot?
Yeah, I do read a
So
lot.
this, you're going to use it as a page clipper. So every page that you flip and you want to read again, next day you just put it in there.
Yes.
Do you love it?
I do.
And that's the crested crane. It looks like a crested crane.
Yes, it does.
It is symbolic to us Ugandans. A crested crane can be found on the flag, on the Ugandan flag. And we love it so much because it's so dear to us. I hope you like my gift.
I do, thank you.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
How are you loving your experience so far?
This experience has been fantastic.
Okay.
Being Canadian, you don't hear too much about the individual countries of Africa.
Okay.
As a whole, you hear about Africa, but not much about Uganda specifically. So I was really excited to come and see what Uganda has to offer.
And why do you think that is so? Why isn't Uganda so much out there?
I think because a lot of people think safari, so they think of Tanzania, Kenya, or South Africa.
Oh. You know, the tourism sector, and to be specific, the tour operators, those stakeholders are trying to infuse in so much to make sure that we try at least, I know we can't even reach a half of what Kenya is doing in terms of, selling tourism, but we're trying so hard. So tell me a little bit about this farm trip, this familiarization trip. How did you come to learn about it, and why are you part of this?
Well, there was an event put on by the tourism of Uganda in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And my wife, who is the main travel agent, I assist her with things. But she went to that event and she met some of the ones that are on this tour from the tourism ministry.
Yeah.
And then later she was invited, and because I do photography and stuff, and that we work together, so I was also invited along this.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, guys, I have to warn you, in case you hear any drums in the background, it's not the weirdest sound ever known to mankind, but we are at the Kasubi tombs and we are really indulging with culture, and these guys are learning so much. So Shelby, tell me this one thing. What is it that you do? Because I see you're carrying a drone, a very fancy drone, and is that a Sony camera?
Yes.
Tell me about what is it that you do? What do you do back in Canada?
I don't do photography as a career. It's just like a side hobby. because my wife and I travel so much, we wanted to be able to take good photos. So we've learned how to do photography. We've invested in the equipment, and so that we can take the things we see, take them back home, and like share them with our friends and family and people that we meet that don't know much about the places that we go. So.
Okay.
But yeah, myself, I do. I'm in the sign making industry, so graphics, and computer type stuff. And so that with photography, it all works quite well.
Oh, you're the guy behind the scenes.
Yes.
Some of these guys behind those cameras are professionals when it comes to that.
I'm definitely not a professional.
And editing. So how long have you been doing this, and how has that expedition been like? That experience of you telling stories through the lens and, you know, moving places. How has it been like? Has it been an eye-opening experience for you?
Yeah, I mean, we have a real passion for travel, to like see the different parts of the world. Every place is a little different. There's so much culture and experience from local people that you get, and let alone the things that we see, the animals, the vegetation, the trees, such a variety. So we love to travel to see that stuff.
Yeah.
Located at the Kampala Hill, the religious place is ideal for those who seek an insight into Islam and art. Originally called the Gaddafi National Mosque, the Uganda National Mosque is the biggest mosque in the East African region and second biggest on the continent after King Hassan Mosque in Casablanca.
The mosque has a capacity of 25,000 worshippers. Here is the main section. The ladies pray from above. And during the construction, it was a mixture of 3 different cultures. We have the Asian, European, and African culture. The stained window glasses were bought from Italy. The chandeliers were from Egypt. The carpet was bought from Turkey in Istanbul. The wood all over was from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Then the Arabic writings and designs were done by experts from Morocco. Then in the front here we have this dome that is called Qibla in Arabic. It signifies the direction towards Mecca. So that's where we all face during prayers. As you can see, all the domes in the carpet are facing in that direction. And each dome is made for one person. Then next to it is a platform or altar. That is where the Imam is the mosque leader, stands while preaching or passing any information to the congregation. And that usually happens on Fridays and special events.
Before we sat here, right? You told me that you're a journalist, right?
Yes.
So there's a thing that we're grappling with as we local journalists from this country is, what is the identity we want to sell this country? We have grappled with issues of telling the good, the bad, and the ugly from this country, and somehow it has eaten us. You know, it has gone in a way of spoiling the image a little bit. As a journalist from an strange country or from a foreign country, with what you've experienced, what can you say about your experience in Uganda so far?
Well, I have to qualify my answer about Uganda by pointing out that this is my second visit to the country. I was here in 2019,
okay,
and I did a wildlife-focused tour that took me to Windy Impenetrable Forest, the chimpanzees in Kalinzu, Murchison Falls, and a lot of the country. So I think predominantly for the world, the image of Uganda is a wildlife paradise where you get to see the silverbacks up close and just some of the most incredible primates on the planet. I think perhaps people tend to associate the Big Five more with some of the other African countries like Kenya and Tanzania, and that's maybe something that Uganda could promote more. Like, you really have it all here in some respects. And, that makes it exciting.
This is crazy, but this is a fact that you're going to go with. I know you might have heard about this, but Uganda composes about 54% of the world gorillas. And you can only find here.
Yes.
So that is something that we thrive with, we're really proud of. But tell me one thing. So what has changed so far with your experience? Because you first came here in 2019, that's a couple, even before COVID, that's way back. Is that any difference with what you're experiencing now?
I would say my personal experience so far has been different just because it's been more focused on seeing some of the history and culture around Kampala so far, which we only had a brief experience of in 2019, just coming somewhere here, like the tombs, to see how the kings are buried. That's very interesting. We were just at the National Mosque, and of course it's got a very colorful history, being started by Idi Amin and then ultimately completed by Gaddafi. And I think sites like that are not particularly well known in the Western world. So just getting a sense of the broader historical and political context makes for a richer story ultimately.
Yeah, and you being a journalist, that geopolitical aspect is going to work for you. It's going to come in handy for you. But tell me this one thing. As a journalist and telling stories, what does it mean to you personally?
I love an adventure, really. I think that's something that really drives a lot of my career. I mean, last year I went to Australia for the first time and flew in helicopters over to 12 Apostles. I went to Antarctica and did a cruise that goes in the footsteps of Ernest Shackleton, exploring the polar region. So, coming somewhere like Uganda, it's very different from British Columbia. I mean, we have wonderful wildlife too, but it's orcas and grizzly bears. It's very different from what you have to offer here. So I think just that sense of being transported into another world and another culture and different styles of dance and food. And I think that's very inviting, very appealing.
Any message for the Embassy of Canada, that have tried to organize such a farm trip for you guys to come and have a full-fledged experience, hands-on? What kind of message do you have for them?
I would say to the embassy,
starting up such a campaign.
We're very grateful. This is an incredible opportunity to go to the other side of the world and meet new people and taste new dishes and travel all over the country. I think they just need to keep getting the message out that Uganda is a really exciting place to visit.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archive stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story Every story and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Now I welcome you inside the Idi Amin's torture chambers. This place was built in 1971 to 1972 after Idi Amin declared himself a president. He hired Israeli engineers to build for him this armory, the store for weapons. Indeed, the Israelis built an armory. But little they knew that the thing could be turned into different stuff. This is a dungeon. When you look up, we left the vegetation up, and all this vegetation goes the other side. So we are under.
Going to know about the Buganda Kingdom, about our food, because that is the staple food for the Baganda. Buganda has 31 species of bananas. Bananas are grown in the central part of Uganda, and that is food, matoke. The way how I welcome you, that is food, and that is our banana plantation.
Matoke is one of Uganda's national dish. It is made from green bananas that are steamed and mashed. This dish is staple in Ugandan cuisine. Matoke has deep cultural significance, especially for the Baganda people. It stands for the unity and connects the people with their heritage. It is common to serve matoke with groundnut sauce, meat or vegetable stews. This shows how versatile it can be in Ugandan cuisine.
First of all, Mom, I have to confess you have a very gorgeous smile, and I'm not flirting. Has anybody ever told you that? And you look like a typical Muganda woman. For that cause, I'm going to give you a trivia, a gift. I have a gift for you that I carry in my waist bag here.
Wow, I love gifts. Wow.
Have this. And you know how the Baganda do? They kneel down whenever they are appreciating something.
Really?
Yeah, it's a bit rocky, so I won't make you kneel down, but that is it. Take that home, and do you love it?
Yes.
That's a pass.
The color is beautiful. And I love everything that done by hand.
Okay.
And this looks like some of the Uganda woman done.
Yeah, it's totally African.
Yeah,
it's
it's really
African art
beautiful.
craft. Well, how have you loved this country? How have you loved it so far?
We just came yesterday, and for a couple of days, like 1.5 days, it's just unbelievable, amazing.
Yeah.
It's so much scenery, such a different history,
Yeah.
and some things that we didn't know. We learn every minute, because we just look right, left, and something interesting, something new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love it.
What has been the most standing out experience? To me, it has been the food, because I've been with you guys. Have you enjoyed the Ugandan food?
Yes.
What have you liked most?
Yes. I like the most the sauce. It's nuts, and I never tried it before.
Erinyebwa, Ginat.
Chinach?
Ginat.
Ginat, the name.
Yeah.
And it goes with every food. It's even with
Amazing pairing, eh?
yes, with bananas, with rice.
Wait,
with
did you even eat banana?
Yeah.
You know, banana is a staple for Baganda here in the central.
Mm-hmm.
Every woman, at least you have to love matoke. But thank you very much. This is such a great initiative and a good campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to learn? Are you open? Do you have this openness to learning?
Wow, 100%. That's why I came. I'm open completely to grasp any information,
Yeah.
and I'm open to meet such amazing people.
Yeah.
And I love, you said my smile, I love your guys' smile and eyes and hospitality
Yeah.
and all of that. It's just
Yeah.
Tubing on the Nile in Jinja is a popular adventure activity where participants float down the river in inflated tubes, offering both relaxing scenic tours and thrilling rapid field experiences. These trips typically last 2 to 3 hours and include guides, life jackets, and safety kayaks. This experience typically begins with a safety briefing conducted by trained guides who ensure that all participants are equipped with life jackets and understand the basic guidelines for a safe and enjoyable ride. The tubes are fastened together to make up a team of 10, and the kayak rows as the lead. Nile tubing is perfect for individuals, groups, and families looking for a blend of relaxation, fun, and connection with nature. The sporting hobby is an income generator for Ginger Tours Association and a boost for a country that continues to discover its tourism potential.
And for me as a tour guide in Ginger, the public relations officer for the Ginger Tour Guides Association, this has been amazing. First, we want to appreciate the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We also appreciate the Ministry of Tourism, and we would love to appreciate the consulate in Ottawa, because connecting us to the global market for us is a very big opportunity, as we are trying to market Ginger, the destination, to the global market. So the team from Canada, the Canadian operators, have had a very beautiful experience. They've had the flat water tubing. Most, if not all of them, have had this for the very first time, and they didn't want to leave the water. They didn't want to go out of it. So we want to say that we want to welcome all of you out there keep coming, keep enjoying this kind of activities. But again, we have so much more. Jinja has so much more to offer. We have the rafting, we have the white water tubing, because what we did is just flat water tubing. We have the extreme water tubing. We have so much. We have the horse rides. All we say is, if you come to Jinja, don't think one day is going to be enough. Package up like 2 weeks, then you'll enjoy Jinja. But again, we call upon all of you, even the Ugandans, wherever you are, come and enjoy.
Today we got the experience of the Niles River here for the tubing. This is the first time for me that I experienced that, and honestly speaking, living in Canada and working in USA and Canada, the best countries in the world, I must say that you all Canadians or Americans should visit once here and see the love of the people and the attraction here, and what the natural life, whatever you have here, everything is natural, everything is organic, whether that's the food, that a milk or whatever that is. And the coffee, we enjoying the Ugandan coffee, the Ugandan tea, wonderful. Thank you very much for this opportunity.